Okay, today's lesson is mean absolute deviation. There's a key word to help you remember what to do, and it's mean. How many of you remember what the word mean means in math? What's it mean? Mean, median, mode, range.
Mean is the one where you... No.
Think of report cards. It's the average.
Divided by 2 or something.
It is take all of your grades and divide them by the amount of grades to get your final average. So it's the average. Add all and divide. Deviation is how far the number deviates from the original number. How far does the number deviate from the original number? How far away is it? The original number being your mean. So we call this lesson MAD. Mean Absolute Deviation. So anytime you see MAD for math, you know what it is. So we've given you 2 copies. One is what the book's version of how to solve the problem. And then we've given you another version of a more visual way to solve the problem with less, I guess, writing down. It's just a visual of how far the number is from your mean. And so what the book does to start out is you have a table and it's the work hours. And so to find the mean, that's step 1. So add all numbers and divide by the total amount. How many numbers are in this chart? 8. That is where they get this number right here. So they've taken 3 plus 8 plus 11 plus 5 plus 9 plus 6 plus 10 plus 4 and divided by how many numbers there are? 8. And the mean is 7. So instead of rewriting everything, I actually just like to go like this. I'd add everything up and then divide by the amount. Which is exactly on your extra copy what's happened. We've just said to take this set of numbers, add them all up, you get that amount, and then step 2 is find the mean. There's 5 numbers here, so you're going to divide by 5. Step 3 is to find out how many is deviating from, and so you're going to find the absolute value of the differences between. What does difference mean? You subtract them, right? Or you just agreeing to agree? You subtract the numbers from the mean. And so the easiest way to do that we've seen is the visual way, where if we had all of these numbers and 7 is my number, then I would put 7 out here and draw a line. If my numbers are above 7, I'm going to put above. If they're below, I'll write a below. So the first one, I have 3. Is that above or below 7? It's below. And how many away from 7 is 3?
Oh,
It's 4. So that's what goes right there, saying it deviates 4 away. 8, is that above or below 7? It's above. How many above is 8? Okay, 11. How many above is 11? 5. How many below is 5? It's a very visual way versus what they're doing right here. Okay, 9. How many above is 9? 6. 10. 4. So now you found out where all your numbers deviate from your mean, from your average. And so that is step 3. So mark this one out. Step 3. Step 4 is to take and add your numbers in parentheses. So you're going to take these numbers and add them. So add the numbers in parentheses. How many they've deviated from the mean. This isn't hard, it's just steps. So once you get that, you have 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3. And you should still have 8 numbers. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9, plus 2 is 11, plus 2 is 13, plus 1 is 14, plus 3 is 17, plus 3 is what? 20. Okay, this is step 4. And that's exactly what they've done, but they've taken this number line. Now, what's easier to see how far it deviates? Is your number line easier or is this easier?
the number line.
You think this is easier to look at? Okay, then you write the number line. I'm not going to teach it that way because a lot of people don't see it that way. Okay? A lot of people see it this way and say, 3, how far is it? It's 4 away. And 8, how far is it? It's 1 away. A lot of people forget to add all of these numbers once they do the number line. Do you see it now? Is it confusing? Okay, this is a more visual way to where you can avoid this. Otherwise, it's hard to remember what you're going. Good morning. Okay, so your next one, the final step, step 5. is to take step 4 and divide by the total amount of numbers. Find the mean again. I'm just going to say, and find the mean again. How many numbers were there?
8.
So there were 8 to start, so there's 8 deviants. So therefore, we're going to take 20 and divide it by 8, which will give you 2.5. And that is your mean absolute deviation. Okay, turn it over when you're done. Notice what I've done on this page. Look at it. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4, Step 5. You remember at the beginning of the year whenever I told you we'd get to a chapter where the problem would take the whole page? You're there. This is the problem. It's not hard. It's a lot of adding and dividing, but it's a lot of steps. You will not be given these steps on the tests. You have to know how to do it. All right, so number 1. How many numbers do I have in that box?
Well,
6. So I'm automatically just going to say this. And it says add all the numbers together. So I have 64 plus 94 plus 88 plus 88 plus 91 plus 100 equals what? When you add that, what do you get? $64 plus 94 plus 88 plus 88 plus 91 plus 100. There you go. 525. So now I use this number and I drop down to here. And I'm at step 2. Step 2 says find the mean by dividing how many numbers you have. You already told me right here. So what should happen is you have this. 525 divided by 6. Bless you. And so 525 divided by 6 gives you what? 87.5. Now that's your mean, which means you take this number and it's going to drop to right here. And you have 87.5. And you have to find out how much each number is deviating now. And so my first number is 64. Is that above or below 87.5? 64?
Oh, no.
It's below. So I'm going to say 64, and I have to subtract, find the difference, 87.5 minus 64. And my difference is 23.5. Okay, the next number is 94. That's above. So now I'm going to find the difference. 94 minus 87.5, and you get 6.5. The next one's 88. It's above. How much above is 88? Yep. 1.5 or just 0.5?
Oh, 0.5.
Yep. Now the next one is 91. And so 91 minus 87.5.
No, put coconut 88's okay.
Yeah, you do. I skipped one. Good for you. Alright, so 88. And I'm going to pull this down. 0.5. Okay, 91 is 3.5 away. Thank you, Justice. And 100 is how many away? 12.5?
I can do it on my calculator.
Well,
Indeed.
uh-oh, I need to give it life. All right, so the next step is to take those numbers and you're going to add them all up. These numbers right here. You still have 6 numbers. If you have not circled 6 numbers, you know you've left one off. And Justice caught me before I had to go back and find it. And so now I say 23.5 plus 6.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 3.5 plus 12.5, and that will give me what my next step is, step 4. So whenever I add those, 23.5 plus 6.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 3.5 plus 12.5, what do you get?
47.
Yep. So 47. Now I have to use this number and plug it in down here. And I have 47 divided by the amount of numbers that I just added up, 6. And 47 divided by 6 is what? It says 7.8333. Now look, at the top, it says round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. So I have a TH, so I have a 100, and I'm going to use the third one to move my second. And so by doing so, I use my third one to move my second. What's my answer end up being?
7.8.
Nope. 7.83 to the hundredths. They swapped it on you. That's your answer. So it's not hard, it's just a lot of steps, okay? Am I losing anybody and where? Or is it just getting getting the hang of the steps? Add it up, divide, find out how many each number is from your mean, add them all up, divide. That's all you're doing. Okay, so your next one. How many numbers are in that chart? Yep. So I have 7. So I know automatically I can bring that down here and say divided by 7. Okay. Now, step 1 is add all the numbers together. We have 9 plus 16 plus 33 plus 24 plus 12 plus 19 plus 27 equals, I don't want to hear anybody say that they can't do this because all you're doing is adding, subtracting, and dividing. Alright, 9 plus 16 plus 33 plus 24 plus 12 plus 19 plus 27 equals 140. 140 divided by 7 is what? Yep, 20. So now my mean comes down and drops down in step 3. I have 20, and I have to find out how much it deviates from each number. 9 is below, and it's below by 11. 16 is below, and it's below by 4. 33 is above, and it's above by 13. 24 is below. Oh, nope, sorry, y'all. 24 is above, and above by how much? There you go. I was looking at 12. 12 is below, and it's below by how much? 12 to 20?
Oh, 8.
There you go. 19 is below, and below by how much? And 27? Above, and by how much? It's 27 from 20?
I'll make it 7.
7. So now you take all of these and add them all up. So 11 plus 4 plus 3, or 13, sorry, plus 4 plus 8 plus 1 plus 7, and that'll give you a number. So 11 plus 4 plus 13 plus 4 plus 8 plus 1 plus 7. Do I have enough numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which was my dividing number.
You put 7. You put an 8 at it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Look at you correcting. 7, so 48. I like that, it means y'all are paying attention. So I'm going to take this number now and find its mean. 48 divided by 7. You get 6.857. What's the 7 going to do to your 5?
Make it into 6.
So 6.86. That's mean absolute deviation. Thumbs up, you get it. Thumbs down, you're lost. Pretty easy? Just a lot of steps? Okay.